What's cooking, folks? Vermillion Phoenix here, and today we're going to be jumping into some more Orcs Must Die Unchained. This time, we are going to finish up the training grounds with 5 stars. So, if you've watched any of the other videos, you pretty much know how this is going to go, but essentially we're going to be using Max, and I'm gonna pick the pack skin, and then we're going to, whoops, this is the wrong deck, boom. Going to drop the traits, and we're going to drop the items that you don't start with. So this is pretty much the starting gear for the game. Barricades and floor spikes are tier 4 at the moment. Tar, brimstone, and arrow walls are 3. Concussive pounders 2. Swinging mace is 1. And we're going to see what we can do about getting through this. Alright, so jumping right in. We start next to the rift. You're going to want to make a right to get through here. And we'll drop down into this area. Now, there's going to be a lot of things that are difficult about this stage, and we're going to try to mitigate as many of them as we can, but ultimately, actually should not do that first.
Whoopsie, almost hurt myself on that. I'll just leave this right here.
Yeah, let's do all spikes.
Twice. Cut one.
I'm gonna move this tar. Actually, do we do tar yet? Yeah, let's make them group up. Fight again.
Almost hurt myself on that. I'll just leave
then we're gonna tar here.
I'll never notice this.
For the arrow walls. Gonna put another arrow wall up there. So we're getting close to this little ceiling area. And you have an option here. You can either do a swinging mace, or you can do concussive pounders with spikes. Now, swinging mace is good because it'll give you sweeping damage in an area. You're going to place the arrow walls anyway, but the difference would be you either get your stun from the concussive pounders up top, or you get your slow from the tars. I find the tars to be better combos, so we're going to use those. This I should actually make a brimstone, so I'm going to sell that. Let's do the brimstone first.
Twice, cut once.
And get the tar arrow wall combos going for now. I think that'll be a good start. So we're gonna get that set up. Alright, so we got our burst damage traps because these are soldiers, and then we have arrow walls to sort of pepper them with damage so that they die once their sturdy ability kicks in. It makes sure that they take less damage after their health reaches a certain point, and it's probably one of the most annoying things about fighting soldiers. Fire does something very similar, which is why we have the brimstone back here, and then if we run in with the deflector shield, if they manage to pop a few and explode, then that will soften them up even a bit more. So it's pretty much how you have to roll when you are combating soldiers. You gotta slow cook them.
Whoopsie. Almost hurt myself on
and
that.
there we go.
So right
we have our swinging mace, and then you would actually want to drop 2 barricades here. It'll help for 2 reasons, but excuse me. Oof, a little dry. Actually, no, it's just some stuff building up in my throat, but that's horrible and not something you want to hear. So we're just gonna move along. Boom. So as you can see, peppering these dudes with damage definitely helps. Arrow walls are good here, although the best thing for dealing with soldiers that have walls is probably going to be grinders, just because they have a more continuous type of damage, and they'll help deal with them in a much more even-handed way, which will be better overall. So that's done. We don't need to worry about trapping that up yet, and this is going to be a slightly different setup than what you saw from when I was doing this on Apprentice. So that's pretty much the start there. And once we have the opportunity, we're gonna get some tars going here. But now we have a hero coming out, and it's Gabby. So it's not too dangerous, but we're going to want to try not to get softened up by her. Pop a few of these guys, and then you're going to want to really pay attention to these satyrs as they're coming out, if you took aim to please like I did as your first weaver, it'll be a little bit easier, but not completely free. Now, because we are... Oh. I should just Unchained, but I didn't. So, let's do that now. Did he not? Okay, he hit me. Good. We really just want to Unchain so that we have that extra HP to deal with Gabriella. And we got that, so that's good. Now, we don't have these guys coming out here yet, but we're going to want to start preparing it just so we don't forget and have things wind up way harder than they need to be. So now, with that done, let's go ahead and prepare for everything else that's going to be coming out. Slows are one of the only things that work on these guys, but interestingly enough, the Temple Alarm Gong actually seems to be able to slow them, even though they're supposed to be immune to slows and stuns. I'm not sure if that's something the devs overlooked or if it's working as intended, so take that with a grain of salt. And man, these guys are sturdy. And like you definitely wish they weren't kind of way. Oh gosh, and we got actual soldiers too. Okay, let me pop these and then hope that I can whittle down the soldiers before something really bad happens. Use the absolutely stunning bolt and try to get as much splash damage as we can. Alright, it looks like the slows that we put in front of their spawning gate actually worked really well, which I'm happy about, because if I hadn't put those slows there and I decided to go with burst traps, they probably would not have grouped up so well. And now that we have our blockade over there, we can actually just finish this up. Alright, and now, instead of giving them a chance to actually try to path out here, we're going to do this. So, you know that they'll take a ton of damage coming out. You actually get a lot of walls. You get a lot of walls to use over here. You have 3 walls, so you can put some arrow walls peppered along the sides there. It'll hit just about everybody as they try to walk out, and get a couple more here just so you can finish up with total destructive damage.
Whoopsie, almost hurt myself on that.
And
I'll
put
just leave this right here.
Right there, and that should pretty much take care of that area almost completely on its own. There also won't be too many more things spawning from it, so we should be looking good now. Where did you hop the fence? Probably did, and I didn't notice it. That's fine. And so Max, being the lightning damage maven that he is pretty awesome. Just because without lightning damage, I think it would be a lot harder for him to take these guys out. So him pairing up with that particular element really well just happens to make this work. So our barricades are not fully rejuvenated at the moment, so we're going to have to be careful. I think this next hero that is spawning is going to be coming from the back area there. And if they are, yep, it's Bianca. So I am kind of worried about her as she does a ton of really high bursty damage. We're going to stun her, pop her with the bolt, and she's down. So Max's stunning bolt fired by in your faces is pretty much the way that you're going to want to deal with all the heroes that you face. The only consolation, the only difference to that is probably going to be Smolder, because the way that Smolder works, she actually will revive. So if possible, you want to stun her, get as much damage as you can on her, and then you want to time the in your faces so that after she starts moving again, she gets hit with it. So we're going to run now. Mash that button so that we get a little bit of starting time, and we're going to quickly build up this barricade, drop our big guy there, get that guardian out, get some arrow walls, make sure we block that off. Okay, and then arrow wall here. Let's do that, this, more arrow walls, and then
Whoopsie.
slow him down a bit.
Yourself on that.
So the Guardian is going to do a really good job of making sure that he holds them at bay for you, but he's going to have an issue, and I think I'll see what that is in just a moment. Or maybe it doesn't happen on this wave. Maybe that was your setup time. Yeah, it looks like it was. Okay. So let me fix this a bit. We're going to spike trap, spike trap. And we're just gonna lay a bunch of spikes here. We're gonna add a brimstone there, a brimstone here, and we're going to put one more arrow wall in front,
Our barricades are under attack.
and then stun that a bit more. So we're gonna lose one of our barricades. Oh, actually, it looks like it didn't do it this time. Okay, it's random. Oh, he actually went for the second set of barricades, which is great. Because those are pretty much just to make sure our DPS stays up and don't really do much else. So making sure that you take that pathway to get over here will help you get over here quicker. Definitely important. Just gonna unchain since I have that pickup to go grab, and it'll help me get back to full unchain just in case I need it later. So that works really well. And then I'm going to sell this and actually position that a bit better. Whoops. Or I'm going to try. Jeez. Okay, so obviously because we have Max and we have that very, very good coin discount as his personal perk, I have a way more coin than I expect to at the moment. And we're going to have to deal with our buddy Sarge over here in just a second. So if you can, fire that into the crowd, pop Sarge, and because of all of the lightning explosions going around, he goes down really quick after his HP drops. We also have all of those crazy arrows flying out from the arrow walls, and they just mop him up really well. So again, arrow walls are probably the second best solution to soldiers, if you can make sure that you keep them in a single place. Guardians do a good job of that. Tars probably do a slightly worse job of it, but you can place plenty of those and don't only have two. So obviously they have to come with some downsides. Alright, and so we sort of take this bear out by killing everything around him. They don't even have a hero with them. I look at Sarge was really our only competition here. I'm gonna pop the in your faces just so we get some high damage off, and then we're gonna pepper everything else down. And so it looks like we're gonna finish this about 2 minutes and 45 seconds sooner than par,
We win again. Yeah.
which I think may be my fastest time. Okay, there we go. Training grounds, War Mage. 10 minutes and 4 seconds, 2 minutes and 56 seconds faster than the par time. And I got a red floor chest. That is awesome. Actually, I think I already had that rift lord chest. Why did it show up again? Alright, so Traps did 112,000 damage. I did 70, so Traps definitely outperformed a hero, which is not bad at all. With soldiers specifically, that's usually going to be the case. And 10 minutes 4 seconds, best time so far. It looks like I did a little bit better with Midnight, but Midnight was not using default traps. So if you guys want to see how I solve things with Midnight, because she's absolutely ridiculously, possibly the best, if not the second best melee character in the game, just let me know and I'll put up some content about Midnight. But right now, I think she's probably on par with, if not better than Bianca, just because Bianca, it doesn't really, she just deals high damage. If anything has the ability to tank damage or swarmer, she probably does not have too many tools to deal with that other than traps, which is pretty much how her trapping goes. But either way, that's something to talk about at a later time in the training grounds. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to like or upvote it on whatever platform you're on. Other than that, if you have comments for me, drop them in the description or drop them in the comment box below the description, and I'll take a look at those whenever I get the opportunity. Otherwise, thanks as always for watching, and until next time, guys, have a good one.